Hello. So today's lecture is basically an overview of the models most commonly used in time series analysis. So I told overview because time series econometrics is an extremely rich and extensive area of studies. That's why I would not pretend it would be even possible to discuss everything during one lecture. So, as I told you, it's rather an overview, like of some methods and models you might use when analyzing time series data, and how to make sure that your model fulfills all the assumptions, and when to use the particular type of time series model. So we will start with AR model. It stands for Autoregressive model. And as we discussed during the previous lecture, sometimes some variables are lagged. Like the effect of those variables is postponed in time. But in many cases, variables depend on their own values in one of the previous periods or several previous periods. So in this case, if xt stands for the dependent variable, then we will analyze how the value of xt depends on the value of x in the previous period. So it's interesting to note that in autoregressive models, shocks persist infinitely. So if there is a change in the value of variable in one of the periods, then it will be persistent during the next periods, because t minus 1 affects t, t affects t plus 1, t plus 1 affects t plus 2, and so on and so forth. So if we assume that beta 1 is less than 0, so the effect is weaker than 1, then this shock will still persist. However, it will approach the value of 0, because each time you will multiply by the value which is smaller than 1. Again, you can consider this example. So if we assume that coefficient in front of xt minus 1 is equal to 0.7, and if we assume that in period t minus 1 x increases by 1, then xt will increase by 0.7. In the next period, again, we multiply by 0.7. This is our previous value. So xt plus 1 will increase by 0.49, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, this effect is persistent, but because the value of coefficient is less than 1, it kind of diminishes over time. So we can try to run an ARR model, and we will do this using Tesla dataset. So basically, this is the dataset consisting of daily observations of close prices of Tesla stock. So you might wonder why it seems to be appropriate to discuss stock prices using AR model, and the reason is that they are mostly autoregressive. It's not only my intuition, like many studies conclude that they are autoregressive. And the reason is very simple. Like when investors, let's say folk investors, like investors not good in modeling and economics and finance, see that price of the asset increases, they expect the price to increase in the future. So that's why they would purchase more asset, and this will result in even higher price. It might also result in asset bubble, but this is something different, not related to our topic. So I go to Gretel, I choose Tesla, model, univariate time series, R, general. So in this case, we will analyze the simplest possible version, with one leg of the variable. So we will analyze how prices of Tesla stock yesterday affect prices of Tesla stock today. As I told you, very, very simple specification. So, okay, and this is our output. So, as you can see, this effect is present and it is statistically significant, but this model is not good. So, first of all, you usually run autoregressive model when you want to get rid of autocorrelation. Because you keep in mind, okay, so this process looks like an autoregressive process. It would be a mistake to use OLS model. That's why I will use AR and keep fingers crossed that the model will not be biased by autocorrelation. In our case, it did not work. And the second thing you have to test is arch effect. So arch effect is about nonlinear autocorrelation for square time series. And if this effect is present, then AR model is not appropriate for us. So let us verify. Test arch. Okay, let's check it up to 5 legs. Okay, and as you can see, we can reject zero hypothesis, which states that no arch effect is present. In other words, it is present and AR model is not the best option. But we will discuss arch model today as well, so you will see how to deal with this problem if arch effect is present. So thank you for your attention. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one.